Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, guys. I wanted to wish you all the best in this year that is already here. I hope you had a great festivity season with your family and the people you love. And well, in this video I want to share with you which are my 2024 goals in film photography, since I think that I have reached a moment where I need an improvement in my photography and in the way I do it. So I decided to establish some goals that could work for me in order for me to be in the place I want to be in photography. So let's start. So the first goal is to be more patient when I am taking photos, because as I've said in past videos, I suffered a lot of anxiety. So whenever I'm making photos, I tend to be a fast shooter because basically I am afraid of everything. Like for example, if I am doing photos and there is somebody with me, then I am scared that this person is going to be mad at me because I am taking too long into taking some photographies. Or if I'm working with a model, then I am scared that this model is going to be mad at me because I am taking too long at focusing or like trying to compose well, and she cannot like stand in some pose forever for me. Or if I am doing street photography, then I am afraid that somebody could be mad at me because I am taking too long, I am blocking some path, I am on the way of people. I don't know. I just think all the time that somebody will be mad at me because of what I'm doing. So this is translated into me shooting really fast, getting really awful results, like with photos out of focus, photos that are composed not as I have imagined at the beginning, blurry photos, photos that are moved from the original framing I was doing, and I believe that I could benefit from being more patient, to trying to be more calm when shooting, trying to take my time, and it's not that I will not care about what other people will think or I wouldn't value the time of others, but I think that if I can think really honest, it wouldn't be a problem if I take a couple of seconds more, a couple of minutes more doing some photos. So I'm trying to have this new mindset that nothing bad could happen if I do it. But in general, if you have any tips in how to overcome this anxiety, this fear of like people being mad at one as a photographer for taking a long time doing photos, then it will be really appreciated, because I think it's a part that it's really difficult for me, and I don't know, or I am not 100% sure on how to handle it. Anyway, I think that I'm gonna try and just see how the outcome is, and then come and share it with you guys. So the second goal is about double exposure. I want to do at least one exercise this year that involves doing some double exposition. I still don't know in terms of creativity and technical process how it's gonna work, but I already have some ideas. The thing is, like, I am always thinking that I could screw with the film roll. Like, I don't know, it can hit the light when I try to do the second exposure, and then I can mess up with the roll, or I don't know. But anyway, I think that I told myself, in order to not spend money that could be wasted on this, like, I'm just gonna pick like some really cheap film, try to do it, and if it works for me, then prove it with a more like ambitious project or something. But that's why at least I want to make one project with a double exposition, because it's really interesting to me. I think that it could be a really good process for creativity, and usually the outcomes are very interesting. So yeah, that's what I want to do. My third goal, and is the one I consider the funniest to me this year is that I want to self-develop and scan at least one film roll. It's a process that I've been wanting to do since ages, but due to the conditions I have in my flat right now, I was a bit dubious because I have two cats that drop a lot of hair, so my flat is basically full of cat hair, and also with the cat sand there is a lot of dust. So in some tutorials I watch on YouTube, they say that you need a really clean space, free of dust and free of other things in order to develop well. But like the less let me say the less worried people in the world that I've known have told me, like, okay, if you're not gonna do it like professional or whatever, like if you just want to try and experiment and you are not so afraid to mess up with, like, for example, a professional work, then they say I could do it without a problem, like because basically there is nothing to be worried about that I could lose. So this kind of makes me think that maybe it could be fun for me to try it out. So I want to at least do it once, then we will see if it's something I like. Also, I believe that it's a process that as a photographer I need to do. I'm not saying that you are a less of a photographer if you don't do it, but I don't know. I think it's just part of the analog photography to be able to feel how you are processing your own images. I don't know, it's something that could make me feel kind of better as a photographer. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but in general, it's a really funny goal that I want to achieve this year. The fourth goal is actually to be able to jump into medium format. Not to jump, but to try it out, because in my mind cameras were always like super expensive. But I think that if I could get just like an introductory camera to medium format that is not so expensive, I could start to try it out. The other thing was that 120 film for me, it's really scary to get into a camera, because I don't know, just the process, it seems so different to 35 millimeters, and it's more difficult. So I don't know, it kind of scares me. But I think that the photos that are done with medium format cameras are really sharp and beautiful. So I think that it's a perfect moment for me to get into this format. Finally, my fifth and last goal is to get closer to experimentation and conceptualization, because as I was telling in the beginning of the video, I think that these are concepts that my photography is missing. I was like really focused on a part of photography where everything has to do more with aesthetics and so on. But to be honest, I want to make my photography not only let me say beautiful, pretty, or whatever, but also like try to do more interesting things, try to use it as a speech resource for ideas I have, for thoughts I want to transmit, for sharing a bit of my view of the real world, even if it sounds really cliche. But I want to start to experiment and make more conceptualization in my photo shootings. So yeah, basically everything that I am doing leads to this kind of final and unique goal, which is improving not only on the technical part, but also on how interesting I can make my photography. Basically, it is how I want to grow as a photographer, and I don't know, just like have fun in the process of doing it. Because I think that photography is a really interesting media to do such kind of things. So that was it. It was a really short video, but I just wanted to share with you guys really quick what I have in mind for this year in my photography. I will be really happy to listen to what you have in mind. What are your goals? What do you expect this year for film photography? What are you willing to learn? What are your desires and wishes in terms of photography? So please drop in the comments what do you think, what are your goals, and I will be happy to read all of them to answer, because in the end this is a community for everybody that is interested into film photography, and I think I will benefit a lot from listen to others' stories and experiences, and also to know what is in your minds as artists. It's always really interesting for me. So please don't doubt, don't comment anything you want. Don't forget to subscribe, to click the like button, and till next video. Thank you.